half the world are women. So why shouldn't half of Henley Royal Regatta be women? That is just the way we want the regatta to go.
I want to represent a regatta that gives women a chance to come and race at what was one of my most enjoyable regattas.
Women's rowing is growing and Henley needs to reflect that.
The first year I was selected in the women's pair for New Zealand, there was no women's pair event.
We've included 6 new women's events since 2017. We've increased the size of some of those women's events. Adding an intermediate category event for the women was the most logical and sensible next step.
I think it just is going to keep so many females in the sport seeing that there is a place that they can continue to race on.
So the new event at Henley Royal Regatta this year is the Bridge Challenge Plate for women's eights in the intermediary category.
This new event is giving a whole new cohort the chance to come and experience it.
My name is Mia Lawrence, Kat Robbins,
Charlotte,
Katie, Annabelle, and we are training for the bridge event at Henley Royal Regatta with Marlow Rowing Club. Right now we're just rigging up our boat and getting ready to get going.
we're in it to win it. Everyone's very excited to see where the boat could go.
I'm really excited to race in the bridge and just be against some top level competition.
But just do the legs only, and then that's what I'm trying to get from it, if that makes sense. So do that and then paddle and then do it again a few more times.
Sitting nice and still to the front. Yep, course switch.
I just hope that every athlete who races in the Bridge Challenge Plate this year realises they're making history.
Having more women's events at this race will inspire more junior girls or adult women to take up rowing, knowing that they have a chance to go to this race.
There is a place that they can continue to race on rather than end up in this gap of no man's land.
So we're about 3 weeks away from Henley, trying to get the crew together and finalise where they're going to sit and how we're going to row, how we're going to race. For women to have more opportunity and more categories so that you don't have to race, all the international crews is huge. It's only going to keep them in the sport for longer, which is brilliant.
I also truly hope that those who are competing in the Bridge Challenge Plate this year, we will see again at future Olympics and World Championships. And how about this? The juniors who are competing at Henley this year are inspired by those in the bridge and they become future Olympians and World Rowing Champions.
Expanding the female categories at Henley Royal Regatta will definitely attract more women into the sport. I think it will give more recognition for rowing full stop.
When you finish club level, that's when a lot of people tend to drop out. So I think this event is really good to keep women in sport.
I think the level and the standard of rowing in this category is really impressive.
There's so much talent in this country at the moment in women's rowing. I think it's going to be a really competitive event. I know loads of girls competing in it. I would be nervous to compete in the bridge event.
We have been blessed with some amazing entries. We're going to have some fantastic racing at this year's Henley Royal Regatta.
I'm really excited to race with these 8 other women. We've been giving it absolutely everything in training, and I think by the time we get to that start line, we're going to be ready to take on whatever we're given, whatever we're faced with.
Winning Henley would probably be the highlight of my rowing career. I mean, I've been to Worlds, but I still think winning Henley would top that.
We have an ability to shape the future of a sport, which is why we change very consciously, very deliberately, and ensure that those decisions drive change and that we're part of leading that change. Because our traditions aren't barriers, they're the foundations for the future.
I'm really proud to be sort of representing a regatta that is clearly making really good steps.
This is a continuation of the steps that started whilst Steve Redgrave was chair.
There's obviously more room to go and I think looking to the future and obviously aiming for that complete gender parity is the goal.
Henley has always named events after landmarks on the stretch here in Thames, and quite frankly you can't get a more iconic landmark than the bridge behind me here. The icing on the cake is the fact that the 2 sculptures on the Henley Bridge, Temethis and Isis, were by Anne Seymour Damer, and she was a phenomenal woman at the forefront of her field and reflected strength and determination. And we think the athletes in these crews also reflect strength and determination.